when she got in trouble, like, her parents would lock her in the garage.
Unbelievable.
We were, like, so little, and, like, you could just tell, like, she was sad, and, like...
Oh, that makes my stomach hurt. If you lock your kid in a garage for punishment, you're a piece of crap.
Like, if she was in trouble, like, that's where they would put her in the garage.
You know where it could go from there. Her parents need to be locked up. What is up,
guys?
We are back.
We're back with episode 6.
Episode 6.
That's crazy already.
That's insane.
I know, it literally
That's
does
insane.
not even feel like we've made 6 episodes already.
Man, I hope you guys are enjoying these.
Yes, as much as we do, because I have so much fun making these.
So much fun. There's so much in the parenting crazy world.
Yes, definitely.
Kids, parents.
There's always stuff to be talked about in that.
That's it. And speaking of talk, this is Talking Back.
Powered by Life 360.
I'm Billy.
And I'm Drew.
Man, thank you guys for, following along this journey, because it is just telling y'all.
Yes, thank you. It's so cool to be able to do it, yes.
Absolutely. Let's get right into this.
Let's go. Okay.
So I'm reading this text thread between a mom and a daughter.
Okay.
The question is daughter being ungrateful or is she being honest?
Okay.
Here's what happens. It's daughter's 16th birthday. She walks out the front door. Mom and dad are so excited. Mom and dad have spent their hard-earned money.
Right?
Got this car. Daughter turns right back around.
What?
Walks in the house.
Right back around?
Yeah. Nothing is said. Mom's texting daughter, hey, did you mean to, turn back around? And she's like, well, yeah. What is it? What is this? And they're like, it's your car. And she's like, well, oh, okay. You and Dad have nice cars.
What?
I expected one too.
I expected one
first
off, I feel like you should never just expect anything from anyone. But with your parents being not, if your parents are in that, because not even everyone's are in that position, but I feel like if your parents are and they gift you any car, you're just given a car by anyone, I don't know, I would not have any anything bad to say. I would just be so grateful, because that's a lot of money. That's thousands of dollars.
She said
hard-earned money.
Yeah.
I expected a nice car.
She says, yeah, I'm going in the 11th grade, Mom, Dad.
What?
11th grade.
No.
11th grade.
Okay, exactly, yeah. 11th grade, whenever I went to school on my first car, it got totaled, but it had a bunch of scratches on the side, because people at school, one time I remember I left, and then the security guard had called my mom, remember he told us to go back because someone had backed out and just scratched the whole side of my car. When they're backing up, they just, because people here, I don't know, especially going to high school and just being around a bunch of student drivers,
I'm glad someone saw that. Someone saw that and saved it.
Yeah, because if not, I was already driving home. I didn't know anyone. I didn't even see it, and they would have just got away with it. But at least some girl had actually seen him do it and told the cop, and the kid was really nice though. He was just really scared, I guess. But also, because it's also one thing on that text, be ungrateful, because I remember whenever I got my car, there's a video of it somewhere on TikTok. I got my first car, and because I was on video, I think I wasn't jumping, or I was still really excited, I felt and I remember,
you were super excited.
It's so different, because this is funny, I just want to talk about it, because I remember all the comments are she's ungrateful because she's not crying or something, and no, it's just funny because it's you see 30 seconds of how I reacted to it. And then I was actually I was so excited, I was so thankful, but it's just funny because sometimes whenever you see reaction videos, people are so quick to be they didn't react this way, or you didn't do that. But it's you're on camera.
Everybody wants to judge about how you react to something online.
I follow this girl, and she was doesn't even want to post her boyfriend's reaction to her being her surprising him, because she did post him one the time before, and everyone was he's not excited to see you, and he was, it's just because they're not
I know. What are we supposed to do? Because if you do go overly excited and you are just that type of person, you'll be it's
they're
fake. They fake that. They don't like you anyways.
Dramatic.
And
what are you doing? Yeah, and then you don't, or you're If you're crying, it's too much. If you're not crying, you're not grateful.
Your reaction was so real, so genuine,
Yeah, I just remember that because we were talking about it, but...
And that's the one thing about you guys. You guys are always grateful, and, you don't expect anything. It's
that car thing is crazy because...
So, let's get ungrateful.
Let's get back to that.
Ungrateful.
Definitely ungrateful,
or honest.
Not honest. That's on because it's honest, but... Like, if you're given a car, because I don't know, it works. It'll take you from wherever you need to go, and you'll get there, like...
I'm
not complaining. If I was given a car, and, like, it works, like, you're not hearing a complaint from me, I feel like. Because also the car, like, was it even a bad car? Like,
it did show a picture, but I don't even think I looked at the picture. I didn't get past. Once I started reading the text thread, I don't even remember looking at the car, because it really, at that point in time... I don't think it even mattered what kind of car it was.
Because it doesn't. You shouldn't be complaining no matter what. I just say I'm like...
Mom and Dad were proud. Mom and Dad were proud to give that to you.
I think it's like... But it's... so that's just...
And,
Especially if your parents are proud to give it to you. Imagine, like, just, like, crushing their heart. Like, that's so... I would never want to, like, make them feel like that because they're so excited to do that for you and, like... I don't know. That's very ungrateful because...
Speaking of so excited, though... Didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
But this morning, I was, how some mornings you just wait. This is Father's Day, by the way. So, we're filming on Father's Day, right?
Yes, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day and happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Yeah. All the dads. Appreciate y'all. But no, so you said so excited. So it got me excited because, there's some days you wake up and it's just like, this is my day. Let's go. And you are just craving some coffee. Mm-hmm. And you already know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I do.
Because, I'm at the store getting my coffee. Lindsay's with me. And I guess you...
I woke up and I was like... Well, it was a little bit quiet. So I was like, where is everybody? And I was like... So I always just get on Life 360 to check because I never know where... If I wake up and no one's here, I'm just like, let's check where they're at. And I look and they were right by a Dutch Bros, and I was like, yes, as soon as I woke up. And so I was like, hey, I called them and I was like, can you give me I get a Dragon Slayer green tea with strawberry boba?
I'm like, you got to, every time I've heard it probably 100,000 times, and I'm like, you got to text it to me because I still don't know how to order that thing right. But Life 360
did, thanks to them.
In clutch.
I saw it, and
that's how you use it. Don't be, hey, if you wake up, nobody's in the house, check Life 360, make sure everybody's good. They might be by your favorite store, like we were. But download the app. The safety features are amazing. Yes. But anyways, so all right. So talking about ungrateful and honest, how about now, let's flip it. And not necessarily flipping that, but let's go to the parents. Because I know today, or not today, this last week, we saw some crazy punishments.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
Where were you going? You were going somewhere else.
Where's I going?
Where were you going with
thoughts?
that? Yeah.
I don't even know.
Don't even know. All right.
But, so punishments.
Crazy punishments.
There's a lot of controversial punishments, because I feel like I'm more on the side that where, like, stuff like that, most of them I'm like, no, I don't like that. But, some of them, though, like, we can talk about them, we can say, like, there can be two sides to some, because some things, like...
Let me set the stage real quick, too. Let me set the stage real quick, because this is something that we always get. How do you punish your kids? How do you do this? How do you do that? So, I've always been fair in our punishments. Mm-hmm. Always been fair in our I feel like I've been fair in our punishments. But that's one side of us that I think is for us. You know what I'm saying? There is, we just don't film that. And I don't do that.
Because, like, obviously, like, no one wants to see film when they're in trouble. So, like.
No, I don't. That's the thing. And that's number one. That's why I feel
like, because people, you're never, like, you're not ever going to exactly, like, just get to see him, like, punishing us, because that's just like also just like.
And we've talked about our punishments in a couple of the first episodes. So if you want to know how I do punish my kids, we do talk about that specifically and tell you exactly how. Yeah,
it's just obviously like no one is gonna feel comfortable. Like I feel like being filmed getting actually punished. That's another punishment. It's like I feel like people like whenever you see on TikTok people like posting their kids getting punished, like
that in itself is not cool. It's not cool to me. Just tell us how you did it, maybe.
Yeah. I remember even, like, we will have seen, like, even people we know, like, that's another, like, I feel like controversial thing that I don't like. Like, I feel like even people, like, or just, like, random people, we've seen them, like, post their, like, little kids, like, crying. I don't know. It kind of, like videos of them, like, to where it just, like, even makes you just, like, feel, like, uncomfortable for them. Because, they're just, like, sitting there crying and, like, you're, like, don't like they're doing that. But, like, you're videoing it just to go, like, post it and, like, embarrass them. But that to me just, like, blows out.
And you nailed it. You nailed it right there, because it embarrassing a kid in front of, I mean, and most of those videos end up going viral.
Yeah, and, like, they always just look so, like,
That's traumatic.
It is, yeah.
That's traumatic.
I mean, there's, like, obviously a difference. Like, there's, like, ones, where it's, like, clearly, like, funny and, like, a joke. But then there's, like, the ones, though, yeah, like, so I'm not, like, one of those people that's, like, oh, I see a funny video and I'm like, why are you guys laughing? That's not funny. I know, like, I'm not like that. I always say I think that was funny, too. But it's, like, the ones where you can just, like, visibly, I feel like, tell, like, the kid is just, like, so just, like, I don't know. They just seem so embarrassed, and, like, they do not look like they want to be videoed at all, and, like, their feelings should be, like, valid, too. I feel so bad whenever I see those videos, like, the ones where, like, they're literally just, like, they just look so sad, just, like, bawling their eyes out, and their parents just, like, think it's funny and post it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like, that's so, like...
That, and then how about so these? Horrible. So a lot of these are staged. I know they are.
Yeah.
But there are some of these that are real, and that's where these staged ones have stemmed from. But we're talking about the dads. It's always a dad. I don't know that I've ever seen, but it's always a dad. He's carrying his bat. Mm-hmm. And he walks in and he just starts busting up the TV. Now, like I said, a lot of these are staged.
Yeah.
I know they are. But some of them aren't. Some of them are real. It's and like, they bust those TVs.
Yeah.
They tear up their phone cases. Or not their phone cases, their actual phones.
I see the kind of that, just, like, also that just, like, doesn't really even, like, make sense in my mind, but I feel like, so that's, like, something, I feel like, I mean, everyone struggles with anger, like, we were talking about that at church, I feel like you really do have to, control your anger, because that's anger, if I can talk. Anger. Because I feel like that's one of those things that also, like, whenever you're around people, like, depending on how they react to those, like, situations, like, you pick up on that, like, fast, I feel like, because I feel like, even, like, me and Cam, we come from, like, different homes, which that's my boyfriend, and I feel like we just, like, deal with things differently, and I feel like, but then whenever you're, like, together, like, those things, like, rub off on other people, so you really have to, like, you have to be mindful, and, like, of how you act, so I feel like even, like, if I overreacted about something, or if I'm, like, really angry, like, all the time, I don't know, like, that's gonna rub off on him, and, like, your energy just, like, rubs off on other people, and I don't know how, like, if you're gonna come up here and, like, break the TV, like, you think your kid's not, when they get mad, the next thing they're going to do is throw their phone on the ground, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, you're just, like, they do what they see.
You can say it all you want, parents, but I'm telling you, kids don't do what you say, they do what you do. Mm-hmm. I say it all the time. They're watching you, and it's not about what you say.
Yeah, it's the same thing how literally, like, parents will go tell their kids, like, you are who you hang around, and then they're, like, not a good person to be around either, and they're who you're around all the time, and it's like,
I love that too. Yeah, I love that because there's some parents telling kids, oh, don't be hanging around them. Well, I probably shouldn't be hanging around you either. Yeah, they have no choice, so you should be, like, just aware of how you act. That way, your kids learn, like, good traits and habits from you. Because I never understood that punishment.
I know,
horrible punishment. To tear up.
Yeah, because you're teaching them to break their stuff, and, like, you're breaking the stuff that you bought. It's like because you probably bought that TV. Like, why are you breaking it?
I know people have seen this one. Because it did go viral. And I feel like this one was real. Strictly because of the kid's reaction. I mean, if this kid's reaction was not real, he needs to be a paid actor immediately. And it's an older video, but the dad takes all the video games, puts them in the front yard. Pulls out the riding lawnmower.
I've not seen that.
Runs over. Have you not seen that one? I know y'all have seen this one. The kid goes, the kid acts exactly how you would think he would act by being raised by a parent like that. The kid is out of control, obviously, but the parent is even more so.
He's showing you, because he's running stuff over the lawnmower and your kid's insane. Like, that's just like...
Like, how about you just take the video games away from the kid?
Yeah, and, like, just, I feel like, because that's how it shows. Your kids should be able to, like, earn your trust back or earn that privilege back. I feel like you shouldn't, like, they shouldn't just have to get what they love taken away for good either. Like,
that's one thing I prided myself on punishments is that's one thing is my kids can always earn. Yeah, like you never just take. You can earn if I grounded you. If I grounded you, you can earn to be like you can earn that ungrounded back. If I'm not a huge phone taker, but in certain circumstances we had to take the phone. But you can earn that phone right back. You know,
if you ever did take the phone, if we were like
that was
we were always like nice and like
right,
and we were always like fine, like we'd always get it back.
And I feel like there weren't even like at night. I didn't want you guys to go without your phone at nights. I mean, I don't like you being on your phones all night long. Obviously, that's not for that purpose. But if you need to talk to somebody or something, you know, I've always been a big advocate of that. So,
because I feel like most things, I mean, depending on the circumstance with your child and what they're doing, obviously, but if they're just, like, normal, like, behavioral issues, like, I don't feel like anything should really be taken away for good, you know? Maybe something that's really bad for you.
Speaking of taken away.
Stuff taken away for good, I feel like most stuff shouldn't really... If it's something they love, you shouldn't take it away for good, I feel like.
Speaking of taken away, how about not even for good or something they love? How about something that they need?
Yeah, that's...
Food.
Yeah, food. Okay, yeah, we didn't even get in our list.
There is parents that actually starve their kids for punishment.
Because I know, and I feel like people
not just
crazy, dessert, but like probably people like you, like know though. I feel like somebody like, oh, like you did that, like oh, there's dinner, or I don't know, like you don't get to eat, or
no dinner for you tonight. You're going to bed. Like what? I mean, what?
That's just like a bad. Like I don't know. That just to me it just seems like.
That's borderline abuse.
Yeah. No, that's not even. I feel like that.
That is abuse. That is abuse. Right? Let's just scrap out that borderline.
Food should not ever be something that's like you're in trouble. You can't eat.
That's
okay. That's maybe your kid's young and like they've had too much chocolate and they don't need another chocolate bar. But ever taken away just like food in general, like people that put locks on the pantries or stuff like that. I feel like also it's just like especially nowadays. I feel like because. It's so, like, normal for, I feel like, girls to, like, grow up and just, like, not have the best relationship with food, I feel like, now. Which is, like, sad, but I feel like already, like, I mean, not just girls also, I said girls. But it's probably just because I am a girl and I like to see the girl side more of it. But I know there's also guys that struggle with their relationships with food, too. I just have never spoken with a guy about his relationships with food, like, in a negative way. But I feel like, because most girls that I know, they struggle with, like, body image issues or, like, food issues, you know, like, counting your calories or, like, they've, like, a lot of people I know have struggled with, like, eating disorders. I feel like it's just, like, a lot more common now. I feel like with, like, social media and just, like, comparing yourself, but the last, I don't know, like, cause just, like, you never want to be the reason to already, especially starting that young, just, like, giving your child such, like, just, like, that's, like, the relationship with food. I don't know. You don't want them to look, I don't know. Like, you should just not, I don't know, a lock on the fridge or a lock on the pantry is so crazy or taking food
Absolutely.
Away.
So, all right. So there's that.
Anyway, yeah, so I just feel like, because, that brought up the, like, eating, like, topic. That's, like, a whole other thing, but I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know if, has that always been, like, a huge problem? Like, is it always, I don't know, because I feel like now and today, but, like, girls, like, every single girl, like, that I know pretty much struggles somehow with, like, body image or food or something like that.
Yeah.
Has that always been like a big issue? I feel like whenever you were younger.
I mean,
I don't know if you noticed, but
I mean, there was definitely eating disorders,
like,
but
it's always just like, like people just always have a envisionment of like what you should look like, and I feel like people just spend so much time to like compare themselves to that, but it's really easy to get like a bad relationship with food, especially whenever you're older. So I feel like you just never want to like put that on your kid, especially at like such a young age, and never make them feel like food is something they should be like, I don't know, like
definitely
locked
not.
up and like locks on, and like you're just starting all that way too early because it's already like a big problem that will
absolutely
maybe present itself, and you don't want to start that any younger or do anything to make it. Because that goes back, we didn't even mention, we haven't talked about that why, but we used to do a lot of videos talking about when parents are like, are you gonna eat that, or you're still hungry, or aren't you full? Like those comments like that is what I'm saying. That's like
you just stay away from all the food stuff.
Yeah, just
stay away from it. If you want to,
if
you want to talk about healthy stuff, you can talk about healthy eating. But you
still like don't be like you can never have a snack. You can never have this. You can never have that.
I'm just telling you. Yep. I know everybody wants to be like, but they'll be obese. They'll be this. You got to teach your kid.
Like,
you can. There's a ways to do it.
Like, you can be like, here's a healthy alternative for that. Like, you know, like, oh, you like these chips? Oh, well, here's these that are like just like that, but they're like healthier.
Just
like,
and really,
or just get them. Like, you know, but like, just don't make them ever feel like.
No, and just talk about maybe, you know, even health issues that could come up if like, hey, we eat too much sugar, this could happen. You know, there's just
different ways to go about it. Especially putting a lock on your door or your pantry. When people do that, I'm like,
all right, how about this one? Yeah. I saw this one. I saw we're just gonna go ahead and give a bad haircut to a kid. Because, you know, he did something. I don't know what he did.
See, I feel like that goes.
And here's the deal. Parents on these videos are killing me because they're like, that's parenting done right there. That's how you do it. That'll teach them right there.
Now he's ready for the real world.
Now, that's it. That's it right there. What?
Like what? No one in the real world is going to give him a bad haircut also.
You kidding me right now? And I'm getting trauma from my own. I mean, you know, the real world's going to kick me. You already know that. The real world's going to beat you down.
So why can't you have your mom to go to, you know?
Why can't we have a safe place right here? You know, we teach you. Yeah. I can teach you the real world.
Teach you the real world and show you that, like, because I feel, but like you want to be the person that like is there to like protect them from it, you know? I feel like
that's what you want to be.
You want to be, because like the world, it does, like there's going to be hard times, but you want to be like, you want to be there for them. Like,
yeah.
You're their parent. Like, that's your job. Yeah, you get to help them through life and get to help them, like, show. You don't want to be like, this is the real world. Why do you want to be, like, the bad part of the world for your kid? You don't. You want to be, like, the light, like, the good part of it, you know? Like,
and then, okay, so...
It just blows my mind.
Me too. Me too. It's irritating when you get to talking about it. Your blood pressure can start to raise a little bit. Yeah. So I've seen this one now. Let's talk about this one. Parent took everything out of the room. We're talking the bed too. Everything.
Yeah, that's like the door of the bed. They probably took like
the door, the bed. They got nothing. They got an empty room in there, and that's how they sleep too. They make them sleep on the hard floor.
See, I don't know, because that reminds me of just like the whole situation with the one family.
Yeah.
But because that just, I feel like that
that's right.
Gets you. I don't know. Just like, I mean, that doesn't obviously mean that they're gonna turn into that, but it's just like, well, like you're sleeping, like. I don't know. You can find a punishment that fits what they did, like we were saying, kind of, because no matter what they did, I don't think it has to do with them being able to sleep on a bed. I don't think you need to, like...
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, a bed is a necessity, I feel like. Yeah, that's something... I mean, even like prisoners in jail, they get a mattress. They get a bed, you know?
At least they can have, like, a bed. I don't know. Taking all your kids' stuff is not... I don't know. It's not
No. All right, so how about this one? So here's a good one, because this is going to give one to both sides. I can see people are going to be like all for this one. And I feel like there's one reason that it could be bad, though. But these people, so I see these videos where they're filming their kids. The parent is driving in the car and the kid is running. They're making the kid run.
Like where?
Down the street.
Oh, just down the street?
You're going to run until basically I get tired of driving this car. That is your punishment. But it's, for one, again, we're filming, which I do not like.
Okay,
I do not agree with.
Yeah, because you're posting, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think ever you should be filmed for your punishment and then posted, because...
But all the parents
unless your kid is fine with it. I know, I feel like the parents they love, like, embarrassing their kids.
Oh, all the parents, hell yeah, that's good.
Love it. And
you can hear the voices in the comments. I mean, oh yeah, god dang, that's a good subject.
I know, like, why do you love making your kids so embarrassed so much? Like, do you not just want to, like, do you not just love them? I don't know. That's why I'm just like... I just feel like some people just see their kids so different. I'm like, just like, do you not just want to love them?
Right there. Like, Get him, Jim. Get him. It's like, what are y'all doing? Why can't we just sit down, punish a kid? Hey, we're gonna take some. We're gonna lose some privileges.
Maybe
behind closed doors. Don't have to be filmed.
Okay, if you're not filmed, I could see maybe if like my kid, if I was like, okay, either like you're getting your phone taken or you can go on a run. Maybe if they said something like that, like, oh, if you would rather run and that's your consequence, maybe.
I know, because here's my thing: is running is healthy. Yeah, I don't want you to ever associate something healthy with being punished.
And then also, like, if you are like struggling and like you can't breathe, like, I'm not gonna force you to like. I don't think I would probably never pick running as a punishment, probably. But I mean, if for some reason my kid wanted to do that or something else, and I thought that was a good like
now
little
here's
thing.
the deal. Here's the deal. In sports, football. I grew up playing football and soccer.
And
both
you
of
do
those
something
sports.
like, hey, go get
we
me
do
50
something. We know that's associated with that sport. So number one, something good is coming out of that. I'm getting in shape anyways that I need to be in. So
that's why I feel like maybe in certain situations, if like they did something little and they kind of agree, like maybe that's like a switch off. Like instead of me taking this, like you can go on a run. Like I guess like.
I know there's ways to incorporate that with it.
If it's not like something like they didn't do anything bad, kind of like I'm just gonna okay. Yeah,
like I feel like sometimes when you've been in trouble, I asked you. I said, "Man, how about me and you go on a walk?"
Yeah, like
we've had some of our best talks going on a walk. It's good for you anyways. Yeah, and we've had some of our best talks on walks when you were in trouble. Yeah, I mean,
maybe like a walk. Yeah, because even
I did it with her. Yeah, I didn't sit there and I follow her in the car and be like, "You gonna walk till I get tired, girl."
If I ever did make my kid run, also like, if they need if they can't breathe, I'm not gonna be like, get up and run, like.
Right? I'm gonna hide that asthma inhaler in the car. Yeah. Oh, you want this? I mean,
so I don't necessarily.
I feel like some people. I don't know, but I feel like there's some parents that be like,
to the
you
parents
want this
who are like
inhaler?
them, embarrassing them, like hoping they can't breathe, like while they're running, like that's a different story. But so I feel like there is like definitely sides to it that can be wrong, but then like there's also ways that it could be like. Good.
Absolutely.
It just depends. I mean, filming it, I don't think there's ever a need to film it unless your kid wants you to, and they think it's funny too. If they agree it's funny and they also want you to make a video, that's one thing. But if they're clearly embarrassed and you're filming for any reason, that's just weird to me.
Yeah, I feel like that's just.
It's just not right because nobody wants to be like I don't know
out of line.
Being, like posted that you don't feel like you look good in, and like it's just like.
Well, here's the deal. So let's put it this way. Let's look at it like this, parents. If
like my dad was crying, he was upset about something, and I was mad at him, and I took a video and I posted it, and I was like, "Look at him, guys! He's upset. He's crying."
Yeah. Okay. And then think about this: how many grown people out there you have been in a work setting, and I know probably most of you have been in this situation, and you had to. So whatever happened in that situation, you get called out, but you had to go to that person and you had to say, "Hey, man. It's okay for you to call me out, but how about you call me out like man to man, not in front of everybody?" So I'm not going to bring the camera out at work and be like, this is fixing to go viral because I'm fixing to get in Jim's ass right now, and I'm going to bust him out in front of everybody. And it's like, no, none of y'all parents would like to be called out in front of the world. And I guarantee you, if you were, that video would probably go viral too, and y'all would be like, what the heck just happened? I mean, now everybody sees me getting punished from my boss, and that's not cool. I mean, that's like you said, hey, man to man, you needed to come and tell me in private. That's one thing. And like
that's just like a punishment should be private. Like it doesn't need to be like.
Yeah. They could.
I mean, if you do something public and you deserve the consequence of it being like.
There's sometimes you might need to be, right?
But like most of the time, consequences with your kid that are just between it just needs to be between you two, like
the two of y'all.
Even, cause you don't need to hear your mom gossiping about you to somebody else, either your dad or your mom. Because also I feel like people hear that a lot too. I saw somebody I know, they posted they could hear their moms talking mean about them the other day to their friend in the other room, and I was like, it's that's just mean. I don't know.
And
so whenever we talk about it, it makes you sound you guys not just love your kids. Not you guys, the people that are watching. I know you guys.
Yeah, but
just the people that treat their kids like that, I'm just like.
And these are. It sounds like we are just flying, but
honestly,
but here's why.
Listening know this.
Listen to this.
They've all heard. They see it too. I know everybody sees it.
Even if those videos are staged. Some of those that are real, if they were staged, I see the comments. I see the comments, and I see that. Oh, that's good parenting.
Life, that pretty much all that stuff I can think of at least one person that something similar has happened to. So there's parents are everywhere though. Everywhere. Parents, we got to do better. If you punish your kids,
not if you punish your kids, when you punish your kids, that's part of growing up. That's part of parenting. But you got to find something first of all that that is in here, in your dynamic. And that's why we always say what works in our house might not work in yours. So we all have different punishments. I get that. I'm not telling you how to punish your kids, but what I am asking you to do is don't put it out there for the world to see. And don't starve your kids. Don't take their beds away. Don't make them get bad haircuts. Don't
embarrass them. Like, you can still
embarrass them.
Like, when they're being punished, like, they shouldn't, like,
don't break their stuff.
Yeah, and like, they shouldn't question your love for them just because they're being punished. I feel like that's like another big thing, just because you're punishing your kid, they don't have to think that you hate them or you don't love them when you're punishing them. You should still want them to know that you love them even when they're being punished. I feel like that's the difference between the way people parent. I feel like it's whether when they're punishing them, if they want them to think like, I don't like you, like when they're mad. There's like those people. I feel like that's the difference. I feel like that's what
there's that one parent that's gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you.
Yeah, that's like, true.
Yeah, remember that when they get that back in the day, the belt would come out, and
it's like that is not even. If you're doing it, it does not hurt you that bad. If you can.
Yeah, no. If you can hit your freaking kid, it ain't hurting you that bad. No. And there's.
There's also a difference between like.
Absolutely. But so, anyways, I can't even. I can't believe that's a whole podcast issue right there. Really,
yeah.
It's crazy.
That stuff is like really common. Like people.
Seriously common. But what makes it even more crazier is, like I said, is all of the comments that you see that agree with that, and they're like, oh yeah, come on, we need more of that. That's what, and it's scary. It's really scary.
I hear stories about that stuff happening to people like
all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. All of you. A lot of you guys that are watching, I'm sure you guys have, you guys have sent me messages and about this exact same stuff. And how about this one? We didn't even get into this. Your parents. Yeah, hold on, thought, because I'll forget mine before you got a younger mind. So, the silent treatment.
Mm-hmm. The silent treatment. We talked about that in a whole other video, but
did we talk about that in that one?
We talked about it for a while because we were just saying like,
that's horrible.
Sometimes because I'll almost do it like if I get mad at someone, and you just like don't want to talk for a second, but like to actually going like days without talking.
Yeah, it's insane.
Because we talked about like sometimes you need a break. Oh, like someone I went to, or like someone I used to know a long time ago. I remember I don't really know them, but like people just like knew that. When she got in trouble, like, her parents would lock her in the garage. Like, whenever I was in elementary school, like, people knew that. Like, someone I went to school with.
Unbelievable. That's like...
And it was sad because, like, at school, like, you can just see that girl, she's not happy. Like, she was, like, just, like, one of those people, like, and she's, like, we were, like, so little, and, like, she's just, like, not, like, you could just tell, like, she was sad, and, like, just probably, like, didn't enjoy her childhood like the rest of us.
If you lock your kid in a garage for punishment... You're a piece of crap. And that's putting it really, really nice.
Really nice.
That's putting it really nice. Because, wow. And like I said, some of these.
I know. Because it's just so sad. Because then, like.
Oh, that makes my stomach hurt.
I know. It
makes my stomach hurt. Because we could get into some really bad punishments. And we hadn't even touched the surface on some really bad ones. But that one. So you know where it could go from there. And it's just... And
that's like just around here, like someone I've heard of that I kind of...
You went, so you know.
People and like...
They thought that was cool.
Yeah, her parents or whatever, they were just like, we would just leave her in there. Like if she was in trouble, like that's where they would put her in the garage. Which is just like, what?
Unbelievable.
That's just so sad,
Her parents need to be locked up.
Yeah.
They need to be locked up. Let's see how, and how they...
Which hopefully they... did kill.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know if they did. Yeah, and I hope.
Do you even know if she's doing okay now, or where she's been?
Yeah,
wow. I hope she's okay.
I know, I really do too.
Man,
it's so.
Parents doing it. Don't lock your kids in a freaking room. Don't lock your kids in. I've heard them locking them in a closet, dark closet.
I know,
it's just like, dude, that's.
I know, that's another. My parents would never like, or you guys have always been like the opposite though. They would never be like. You have to go in your room by yourself, lock in.
You're out
like,
here with us.
Like,
when she's in trouble, she's she's right here. So we can talk all this out and make sure we get her back on the right track.
Yeah. No,
you send a kid to the room and lock them in there. Think about that.
Because also, like right after you get in trouble, you're not going to be in like the greatest mood. I don't know. I feel like just locking them in their room when they're like, also like they're going to be mad, like they just probably got grounded or something, like.
Yeah.
They're just like, I don't know. I feel like you'd rather them just be around people than just
All that.
sitting there like with like bad emotions, like in a bad mood, by yourself.
Right. But hey, I mean, golly, I'm gonna end it on that one. That one got me.
I know. I'm sorry. I know,
no. It's okay because
it's just like it's just because
we need to hear it because that stuff is real.
It's real. Like that's out just right around here, and that's something that I've heard of.
It's out there, and
to know that there's like worse stuff that like just like isn't heard of, like because there's probably stuff that goes on around here that we just don't hear about, and like
no.
So that's just what makes it's just so sad that
it is.
It even is worse than that. Like so.
But hey,
let's just all
man,
be better.
Be better. And it's Father's Day.
Yep.
Man, go spend some time with your dads, even if it's when y'all see this one Wednesday.
Yeah.
Hell, heck. I said hell. I'm just like, I mean, this one got me cussing a little bit. I usually don't cuss too much, but this, I just see the comments. I see those comments, and I see the people, and it's just like, oh, irritating, frustrating.
If we could just have you guys all. If we could have one big house and let everyone come.
I know, right?
We'd do it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, tell your dad you love him. When you see this video, tell your dad. Tell your mom too. But tell your dads out there, especially since it's just a little after Father's Day. And but thanks for everything y'all did for me this week. Man, y'all gave me like Father's Day for a week.
Yeah, we didn't think we would be here today originally. So we thought we'd be in Texas. So we already celebrated.
I got spoiled. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be.
You're the best dad.
Oh, man. Thank you so much. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Hey, we'll see you guys next time. Appreciate y'all very much. Continue to do better in those punishments, y'all.